Hello dear students, welcome back to the NCERT Science class of 10th standard. Dear students, we are studying the life process topic in which already we have studied the two different life process. That is, first one is nutrition. That we have studied in the previous class, nutrition, and also we have started the study of respiration, in which we have studied the respiration in different living organisms, and also we have studied the types of respiration. Here what happens, dear students, there are two types of mainly there are two types of respiration, but here what happens, we are further divided into three types. That is, first one is aerobic respiration, the second one is anaerobic respiration, the third one is lack of oxygen respiration. See here what happens, dear students. The first one, aerobic respiration, the process of breakdown of nutrient molecule in presence of oxygen by releasing the carbon dioxide, water and energy. That is called as the respiration which is going on in presence of oxygen is called as the aerobic respiration. The respiration in which the process of breakdown of nutrient molecule in the absence of oxygen by releasing the alcohol or ethanol and energy, that respiration is called as the anaerobic respiration. Next come to the third type, that is which is going on during the heavy exercise or after heavy exercise we are getting the muscle pains and all, where what happens, the lack of oxygen respiration is going on. See here, the respiration which is going on or the process of breakdown of nutrient molecule in the partial supply of oxygen is going on, that type of respiration is called as the lack of oxygen respiration. Here the end products are lactic acid, carbon dioxide and energy will produce, isn't it? That's why we have studied these types of respiration, and also we have studied the respiration process. What will happen? See, the energy will produce. The energy produced in the form of ATP molecule or stored in the form of ATP molecule in the mitochondria. And one more thing, that most important, in the cytoplasm, what happens? The breakdown of nutrient molecule is going on. See here what happens. The nutrient means glucose molecule. Glucose molecule is a 6-carbon molecule that will break down into 3-carbon pyruvate molecule, which takes place mainly in the cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm, breakdown of glucose molecule to produce the 3-carbon pyruvate molecule takes place. But that whatever the pyruvate will break down and the energy will be released, that takes place in the mitochondria. And mitochondria stores the energy in the form of ATP currency. That is energy currency. We can say ATP is an energy currency. That ATP, we can also say that adenosine triphosphate, and it is synthesized by the adenosine diphosphate and one inorganic phosphate molecule, isn't it? Next topic is, dear students, we have studied the respiration in unicellular organisms. The respiration in unicellular organism is going on by the process called as the diffusion. By a process of diffusion, in case of lower animals like unicellular organisms, the respiration is going on by the diffusion, means the movement of molecule from higher concentration towards the lower concentration is going on. Next comes in case of plants. See what happens, dear students, in case of plants, the respiration is going on by the pores which are present on the leaf. See, you might have saw that in 9th standard also studied about the stomata, stomata. Here, dear students, in case of When we see the dorsal side of the plants under the microscope, see, we will see the minute microscopic pores, dot-like structures. These dot-like structures are called as the stomata. The stomata contains two types of cells that are studied in 9th standard. That is guard cells, which are bean-shaped in structure. Guard cells. Second one is surrounding cells. Yes. See here what happens, dear students, in case of stomata, whatever the gases exchange takes place through this minute pore, that is called as the stomatal pore. That minute hole of this pore is present in between the bean-shaped guard cells. That through this guard cells only the exchange of gases takes place. That is taking of carbon dioxide and giving out the oxygen molecule is going on through this minute pore. That is called as the stomatal pore. Isn't it? Here and next we studied that in case of unicellular organisms, the respiration is going on by the diffusion process. Once again I will tell you. See, suppose for example here on amoeba, here due to the metabolic activity, the carbon dioxide concentration increases. Means first amoeba takes oxygen. And break down the nutrient molecule with the help of oxygen and release the carbon dioxide. Before releasing, what happens? There is no any pore or holes on the amoeba surface or the membranes of the amoeba. That's why the carbon dioxide concentration increases in the body of amoeba, and it has to be removed. It has to be removed from the body and takes the oxygen which is present in higher concentration in the atmosphere. In the atmosphere, what happens? The higher concentration of oxygen is present in the surroundings. In the cell, the concentration of carbon dioxide is more. Here, carbon dioxide concentration inside the cell, carbon dioxide concentration is more. Outside the cell, carbon dioxide concentration is less. That's why the carbon dioxide from higher concentration towards the lower concentration it will move. From higher concentration towards the lower concentration it will move. Next, here what happens? Oxygen is present in the surrounding in higher concentration. In the surrounding, outside the cell, oxygen concentration is more. Inside the cell, oxygen concentration is very less or zero. That has to be moved. See what happens? It shows that is the oxygen moves from higher concentration towards the lower concentration. It will move from outside to the inside. Like that, this process is called as the diffusion. By diffusion, all lower animals or all unicellular organisms show the diffusion process, show the respiration by diffusion process. All plants, all green plants show the respiration through the stomatal pore. Isn't it? That's all about the respiration in lower animals and or unicellular organisms. And next, in case of plants. Next, dear students, in case of higher animals. In case of higher animals or multicellular organisms, they are having the special organs. They are having the special organs. They are complete organ systems of respiration. In case of human, you can take the complete respiratory system is there. In case of other lower animals also, you can take the insects and all. In case of earthworm also, it is respiring through its skin. Cockroach respire through the spiracles. The spiracles are connected to the tracheal tubes. that you have studied in 7th standard, isn't it? They are having a complete system. In case of multicellular organism, for respiration, there is a complete system for the respiration is present. Dear students, now we are going to study a complete respiratory system in human being. We are going to learn. That is, in this topic, we will learn mainly about the human respiratory system. See, dear students, human respiratory system consists. It depends on a special system which includes the number of organs or the number of steps. See, here the human respiratory system consists of a pair of nostrils, nasal cavity. Here one cavity is there, pair of nostrils are there. Nasal cavity, nasopharynx, pharynx, and a long tube called as the cartilaginous tube. That is called as the trachea. The ring of cartilages are arranged and forms a long tube called as the trachea, or trachea also we can say. The trachea are branched into two. That will enters into the sponge-like substance or the sponge-like organ, that is called as the lungs, and these two branches of trachea called as the bronchi. Then again bronchi are further divided into the sub-branches, minor branches, that is called as the bronchioles, and these bronchioles will open into the sac-like, minor sac-like structures, that is called as the alveoli. And next part, that is diaphragm. One septum is there, or one layer is there just below the lungs region, which separates the abdominal cavity from the thoracic cavity. Here one septum is there. Here one septum or membrane of the layer is present, which separates the abdominal cavity from the thoracic cavity. That septum is called as the diaphragm. Isn't it? In examination, you ask what are the parts of human respiratory system? That is nostrils, nasal cavity, nasopharynx, pharynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, next lungs, alveoli, diaphragm. These are the parts of human respiratory system. Dear students, now one by one in detail we will study about these parts. See, first come to the nostrils. See here what happens, dear students. In case of nostrils, here what happens, dear students. The nostril contains a passage of hairs in nose, hairs are present, and also a mucus is secreting in the nose or the nasal cavity. See, whatever the hairs are there, these hairs are the God gift. Why the hairs are God gift? Because hairs, whatever the hairs and mucus is present, first of all we have to know that hairs are there, that these hairs filters the dust material from the air. Means, see in the atmosphere, it is a mixture, homogeneous mixture of different gas. Air is a homogeneous mixture of different gas like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, then argon. Next, after this one, dust materials, water vapors, etc. Number of compositions of air is present in the atmosphere. When we inhale the air, all these gases may enter. Means dust also enters. When we suck, dust will also enter into our nose. Then these dust, when it enters into the tracheal region and next in the lungs and alveoli, that may fill within short time. That has to be avoid to entry the dust materials into the body. It is going on by the hairs and mucuses, a sticky material. Mucus is a sticky material which is secreted in the nose. Isn't it? It means the mucus and hairs filters the air. Only allows the oxygen to enter the body, enter the respiratory tract. That's why the hairs and mucus which is present in the nasal cavity, which is present in the passage of nose, these are helps in the filtration of air and allows the fresh air to enter into the body. Next come to the nasal cavity, is a cavity which is made up of a cartilaginous bone where the mucus is secreting. Next, dear students, after this one, nasopharynx is there. Nasopharynx means the partial pharynx which is connected with the nasal cavity or post-anterior part of the pharynx that is connected with the nasal passage, that is called as the nasopharynx. Again, pharynx, common part for the air and food, common part for the air and food, that is called as the pharynx. Again, here what happens? The common part pharynx will branch into two, that is one is food part, that is called as the esophagus, and another one is that is trachea. See, come to the trachea. Trachea is a cartilaginous pipe in which cartilaginous rings are arranged one above the other. Cartilaginous rings, soft bone rings are there. Why the trachea is a cartilaginous? Because why in examination most of the times he asks why the trachea contains rings of cartilage, because it avoids the collapse of air. During the moment of when we take the oxygen into the body, at that time we are giving out the carbon dioxide. Meanwhile, what happens? The collision of air may take place. To avoid this collision of air, to avoid the collision of air or collapse of air, that the trachea is of cartilaginous rings. You have to answer. The rings of cartilage are made up by the rings of trachea is made up by the cartilaginous bone that avoids the collapse of air. Yes. Next to this trachea branch into two main branches or two main pipes, that is called as the bronchioles, which enters into the two different lungs, right lungs and left lungs. Isn't it? The trachea branches into two. These two branches will enter into the lungs, that is right lungs and left lungs. Isn't it? Next to the students, come to the again these bronchi further divided into number of minute tube-like branches or the minute tube-like structures. These are called as the bronchioles. These are minute tube-like or capillary-like structures. They are branched into number of branches, and these are called as the bronchioles, and they will reach a minute sac-like structures which are present in the lungs. Minute sac-like structure or bag-like structures. These bag-like structures are called as the alveoli. That is, bag-like structures are present. That is present throughout the lungs because of the presence of these minute bag-like structures. Thousands together bag-like structures are present in a single lungs. Isn't it? See, these minute bag-like structures are called as the alveoli, that is present throughout the lungs, and they help in the filtration of the exchange of gases, that is carbon dioxide and oxygen exchange of gases takes place in the alveoli. Isn't it? I will show you later. The alveoli are the bilayer or double layer sac-like structures. The whatever the space is there, that is filled with the blood. That is the carbon dioxide rich air which comes from the different parts of the body. The carbon dioxide rich air which comes from the different parts of the body to the heart. The heart pumps the blood to the lungs for the purification. Lungs are the purifying organ. Blood purification takes place in the lungs. Yes, in the lungs, blood purification means carbon dioxide rich air will be purified to the oxygen rich blood, isn't it? Here what happens? Carbon dioxide rich air will enter into the alveoli. Then when we take the air to the nostrils, see what happens here? Oxygen will increase in the surface. Oxygen concentration will increase. That oxygen will occupy in the space. Oxygen will occupy in that space. Yes. Next, what happens, dear students? These here carbon dioxide concentration, carbon dioxide containing blood comes to the alveoli. See what happens, dear students, here? Exchange of gases will take place based on the presence of or based on the concentration. Or based on the concentration, what happens? The exchange of gases takes place. Isn't it? It means carbon dioxide from inside the blood, which is rich in carbon dioxide, the carbon dioxide will move from higher concentration towards the lower concentration. Oxygen here more concentration is present. Then oxygen from higher concentration will enter into the blood. Then blood again goes to the heart for pumping. Then heart will pump the blood to the different parts of the body. It means oxygen will supply to each and every parts of the body. Isn't it? It means we take the oxygen will enter to the nostrils, and here the filtration of air will go on with the help of air and mucus. Then again it will enter to the nasopharynx, next pharynx, it will enter to the trachea, again will branch into the trachea, bronchi again minor tubules, that is called as the bronchioles, again that will reach to the lungs. The lungs are lungs, inside the lungs what happens? Alveoli are present. Alveoli, see what happens? The oxygen, whatever we have taken oxygen, that will be occupied in that layer, isn't it? And meanwhile what happens? The blood comes from the heart that contains impure blood, that contains the carbon dioxide, which has to be removed. Carbon dioxide has to be removed from the blood, and oxygen has to be mixed in that blood. That's why what happens? The oxygen and oxygen carbon dioxide gets exchanged based on their concentration, and oxygen rich blood again goes to the heart for the pumping, and then heart pumps the blood to the different parts of the body. Then body gets the oxygenated air. Isn't it? Next, dear students, during the respiration mechanism, see, when we take the air, the lungs expands, or whatever the rib cages are there, ribs are there, that ribs shows the expansion. Ribs shows the expansion. Next, these ribs, when it expands, there is a septum is present. There is a septum is present at the bottom of the lungs, or just beneath the lungs. This diaphragm, when we take air into the body, that becomes flat. That will move downward. Yes, that will move downward. When we take air, the diaphragm moves downward. When we release the exhaust the air, when we release the air, again it will move upward. Isn't it? That is, they show the continuous movement during the breathing. Isn't it? When we take air, the diaphragm moves downward or it becomes flattened, and when we release the air, it will move upward. Isn't it? This is about the mechanism. In examination, he may ask about the right mechanism of human respiratory system. You already explained whatever I explained from the nostrils. Again, here I will show you with the diagram, with the chart, complete chart. See, human respiratory system. Here I will show you with the chart.